Good night, fellow punters. The clock on the wall says 9:33 on Tuesday night. Back with a look at the Cheltenham card for tomorrow and a quick look at a couple of races in Newmarket. Good card in Cheltenham tomorrow. Hard enough picked them though. Sniffling away, and the sneezing is gone though, not too bad. If there was such a thing as a sneezometer, I'd have it indulged last night and this morning. I never sneezed as much in all my life, continuously. But I think we're beyond the worst now at this stage. We're getting the better of it. I must have picked it up Saturday night when I was out late. I was out in the cold, standing up for half an hour chatting to people, waiting for taxis and stuff, and probably got it off someone that had it. The immune system is weak. The immune system was weak looking at Isabel Williams today. I thought she might learn, to a bit more urgency in the saddle. Fourth going to the last again instead up in second place. And the horse is willing, like, when it's directed to do so, but I don't know. I think I'll have to leave her after that. It actually went out to 9-2, and one bookies was given 3 places and 5-1. So I said, geez, it can't be out of the first 3. So I put a fairly big old bet on it, and going to the last, I said she won't be in the first 3. I'll have all lost, but at least I got back my stake anyway. Verbal sparring left a bit too much to do as well. If he had jumped the last a bit clever, might have put a bit of pressure on the winner. He finished second though for each way followers. Ben Acre didn't stay the mile. 7 furlong horse. Traded probably evens, I think, in running. 7 furlongs in Goodwood for the Johnsons. Might work the oracle there. Gabriel Ranger, I thought he'd be wherever the winner was. I can't think of the name of it now. But it wasn't as good today. The big cloud ran into a place all right. I actually done a tri-cast combination, finished second, third and fourth. 2, 10, 12. But another horse came, what do you call it, the Cork trainer, Robert Tyner. I went back one of his other day and it done us no good. But anyway, it was one of those days. Now, how do I get out of here? Oh, I have my screencast, or it's called Screen Pal now, back to normal after 3 or 4 over and back emails to a guy called Bradley in Seattle, the other side of the world today. So I'm just after getting it right the last half an hour. So I won't have to worry about the 15 minutes at this stage. I just have to get that screen over a bit to the left now. That's my next, but I don't want to touch it right now. It'll show, I want to get the colours in. But anyway, tomorrow, the first race in Cheltenham is a novice's hurl. It seems to be, according to the market, a 2-horse affair. Nicky Henderson's Peaky Boy and Gavin Crummel's and Cantor Bruno. And Cantor Bruno won over the course and distance. When was it? Last November, was it? But that Peaky Boy, he was bought for 240,000 after winning a pint to pint for Dennis Murphy, wasn't it, who he was with? Yeah, and it went to Michael Scudamore. 2 bumpers, a second and a first, before it moved to Nicky Henderson, and it hasn't been seen since New Year's Day, when it won very, very well in Cheltenham. And it's the same owner that was with it. It wasn't bought out of Scudamore's yards, just the owner switched yards. So you'd imagine when that's kept for this, that a Nicky back in a bit of form, that could be the one in that race. The 205 is a grand handicap hurl. 2 miles 4 and 56 yards. There's a horse there I had tipped up last week in Aintree, Comenzis, but this is a tough little race, I'll tell you. Class 2. It'll depend on luck and running for a lot of them. Sea Invasion is the 4-1 favourite. Hosed up first time in a handicap for for Chris Gordon in Plumpton. Went up £7. Spring Note we've seen before. It beat us the day that we were on Brentford Hope. They got a bad ride that day from was it Paul O'Brien? But I chose Titan Discovery as an each way bet for Robbie Llewellyn, who's absolutely flying. 4 out of the last 6 runners has won. This is lightly enough raced. Couple of bumper runs last spring, and then the best run. Well, when it stepped up in Trip, it has improved, and when it stepped up in Kimpton the last day in a race that has thrown up a few winners since. This is it, isn't it? Boom Bone. Yeah.
He's battled back on the inside.
That's him with the noseband back here.
Right in behind him is Boom Bomb, and then comes on the left the green sleeves of Irish Hill. Right in the centre of the noseband is Titan Discovery, beginning the charge towards the leaders. On the right is Thunderclap. Harbour Lake is still there. They take the second last, and it's Boom Bomb in the blue cap. Comes Suda now, taking up to Irish Hill with the white jacket. Titan Discovery into third, less than a length and a half off the leaders. Katira's running on well from the back of the field. At the last, it was just Boom Bomb and Harry Skelton showing in front. Irish Hill in second. Behind this, in third position, is Titan Discovery, who's coming again. They run towards the line. Boom Bomb has held on to beat Titan Discovery. Irish Hill, Katira behind those westbound.
It ran well there. It should relish the hill, you would imagine, tomorrow if it's in a position to, at that point after the last. Commences the way I'd made an argument for that the last day, that the step up in Trip, it had improved, and that would be only its second run in a handicap the last day, and that is the fact as well. But I just think the other one up against more seasoned campaigners has ran well. That Katira, like that, was gambled on for the Skeltons. That was fourth in that race. Handbrake was off. So Titan Discovery with 5 places, 7-1 generally across the board there. The 240 is a grand little race as well. 2.5 miles and a furlong. It looks to be between Ilrodota. Remember we were on that today and we were nutted on the line. We were on a scatter of these in our time. Well, I'll check them. Well, I'll and like Chelsea's Deo, we were on that as well today in Sandown, and it unseated at the last. But I thought Sail Away. The Skeltons, anything they're running now, the handbrake, they'll be well and truly off. But 2.5 miles on goodish ground, just good to soft is the call there tomorrow. But that beat Forward Plan, what is that, 3 miles last April. It looked like it was going to be a steer, but it seems to be better a bit, I think, over the 2.5 if it's a fast run pace. It ran in a grade 1 the last day. I know it was last, but it was just behind Ahoy Senior, Lampresse and Pictore.
A little bit more as they race round inside the final 3 furlongs. Pictore clear. Lampresse is now ridden hard in second. So too Ahoy Senor and Sail Away. Harry Cobden on Pictore heading down towards the second last. Pictore's jumped beautifully so far. Another good leap there. Lampresse second. Ahoy Senor and Sail Away. And now on towards the final fence. Pictore by 6 lengths, 7 lengths. Galloping on strongly. Can he put in one more fine leap? Oh, he was brilliant! It's Pictore. Well, a spectacular round of jumping. Faultless. Pinpoint accurate over the fences. Harry Cobden shakes him up to make certain of it, and he's going to take a big scalp or two here. Pictore wins the Betfair Ascot Chase. Lampresse.
That was a grade 1, and he was He's rated 142, like he was up against 163, 162 and 170 that day. It was a good run. I prefer if it was an extra furlong. 2.6 I think would be its ideal trip. But I think with a fast pace tomorrow, it just might have to finish up the hill. 4-1 shot in like Chelsea's Dio. That has got several chances. I mean, we're on at the day that it should have won for us, and it capsized when in position. And El Redoto, so we'll go with Sail Away. The 3.15 is I found it impossible nearly to get a selection in it. Midnight or Fred has been second twice for Johnny Flavin. Both of them in Cheltenham. That could be an each way bet on that. It wouldn't be the strongest choice though. On to the handicap hurl. 7 yards short of 3 mile. I'm going on the going here now. It's good to soft in places. Harbour Lake that we've seen in running that race in Kimpton, that Titan Discovery was in, is in this. Step Up and Trip will suit that. I thought at 12-1 and then paying 5 places. Goshhowposh is an each way bet at 12-1. If you look at this one's form, it has run its best races on good or good to soft. In Exeter last October, it won, beat Royal Pretender. It capsized into Slate Lane. And then it won a Pertims qualifier, Stevens' Day, Boxing Day. It hosed up on good to soft. Then on heavy ground and soft ground, you can throw out them 2 runs, I would have thought. This was the last day it ran. We were on, that's Goshhowposh on the outside there.
Dogma Bay up the rail alongside Goshhowposh. Secret Tricks in third. Bunny Hops.
We were on Donamore Boy, and only for
they've drawn right
he made a mistake at the last.
Boy, who's a remote fifth, and then
second
My
last,
Bobby
was it?
Dazzler and Astronomic View. Judicial Law has been eased off. Here's the second last. Dogma Bay and a jolting mistake from Goshhowposh went alongside. They've got the run down to the final hurdle and then the very long gallop to the line. It's Dogma Bay and Tom Bellamy in front. Get over it 3 lengths ahead. Secret Tricks now giving chase under Sean Bowen. A long run to the line. Dogma Bay. Secret Tricks is eroding the deficit. He's inching closer, edging closer. Comes alongside. Noses ahead. Dogma Bay fighting on grimly. These 2 dominate the finish. Secret Tricks into a narrow lead. Dogma Bay is back for more. Secret Tricks, Bowen all action. Secret Tricks home in front from Dogma Bay. Picania in third, then Astronomic View ahead of Shoeshine Boy.
He finished 6th that day, but the mistake 2 out, and the ground as well was soft that day. Good to soft in places. Wouldn't have been to his liking. So at 12-1, they're paying 5 places, a lot of the bookies there. 350. The 425 is a handicap chase. It's a class 2. A horse that we won on before a couple of times. Is Some Scope. Last seen in the Grimthorpe when there was only 2 finishers to Does He Know. And he hosed up the day it was good ground in Doncaster. And he was only a 5-year-old then. No, he was a 6. He's 6 now, isn't he? Yeah, he's 6 now. He was 5 last year. Well, we came to know him first. But this is behind this Does He Know. There's only 2 finishers. This is in the Grimthorpe.
Really well for Gavin Sheehan as now he cuts to the inside to try and challenge over the first of the home straight. That was the 4th from home. Does He Know? Clings on to the lead. Charlie Uberales and Some Scope
Then back in fourth, Doc Pickney. In fifth is Certainly Red. These are the only 5 left going in the Grimthorpe, and they have 3 plain fencers to take. Does he know? Giving lumps of way to his rival. Some Scope in second, and he's got to within 2 lengths. Over in third, Doc Pickney. Charlie Rallis has been pulled up before the third last. So too Certainly Red. Only 3 are left going. Does he know? Still has the lead. Some Scope challenges now towards the grandstand side. Does he know? Still leads by 2 lengths. 2 in second, Some Scope. Pulling up before the second last is Doc Pickney. It is now a match race. Just these 2. Does he know? His lead was 3 lengths over Some Scope in second place, and now they're on the run in. Does he know? For David Bass and for Kim Bailey, leading by 3 to Some Scope in second place. Another 50 yards to go, and under the welter burden of 12 stone, Does he know? Has won the Grimthorpe. He has beaten Some Scope, and he has given Kim Bailey a 3rd win in the race, a race in which 10 started and only 2.
Only 2 finished. But he's getting a lot of weight tomorrow. He went up a couple of pounds for that. He's carrying 10-10, and the top weight, Stumptown, for Gavin Cromwell. Now, he doesn't bring them over for the fresh air, but it's carrying 12 stone 2. That was pulled up in the Ultima, and the fact that it's better ground, the 3-2 will be okay. 130. I think he was a 4-1 shot earlier. He'll probably drift out again in the morning. No strong opinion in the 5 o'clock, but keep an eye on a Law of Our Own to see what. It's a 10-1 shot now. This is first run for Dan Skelton, and the drying ground will be a plus for it. When it won in Galway for Peter Fahey in August 2023 over 2 miles, was good to Yielden. They won that day. Soft ground and heavy ground the last day in Leopardstown and Punchestown. It wouldn't be to his liking, according to that. So Skelton will be trying his best. What's the pot in that race? 10 grand. And he has, it's a conditional jockeys. He has Fergus Gillard up. The 10-1 shot, they're paying 5 places. We just have a quick look at 2 races in Newmarket. There's a sprint at 150. It was won last year by Orazio, but he was off 89. He's off 100 now. But Buick was riding him that day. And in fact, 3 runs in the early campaign last year, Buick rode him 3 times and won on him twice. Off 89 and 93. We backed him then a couple of times after that, but he done no good, and he went off favourite a couple of times. But it was heavy in Goodwood, and he was drawn on the wrong side too. He's drawn in the middle this year, so Buick can make a decision, and he's good at them. But last year when he won, it was on good to soft, similar to tomorrow. He made a good enough start in a listed race recently.
The move, and so too on the near side
That's
is
the grey horse
Barrow.
in the middle.
Montasib waiting
That's him
patiently
there.
to pick up the pieces as they come inside the final quarter mile. There's only about 3 lengths separating all 7 runners now. Marshman coming through strongly. A Day in Devon is picking up well over on the far side. Marshman just in front. A Day in Devon. Orazio on the near side is battling away inside the final furlong. They come. Marshman, look at Montasib. He's absolutely flying. He's going to get there. Oh, that was a great ride, and what a great day for the Haggis team.
We were looking at that lately because we picked a Day in Devon, didn't we? He won since. He hosed up, so that form has been franked. Yeah, if he's in the same form, significantly carrying top weight, probably be thinking of later in the year for that. So with the run under his belt, Might be worth a shot. The Earl of Sefton is always a good race. Good turf race at the start of the year. It's a Group 3. It was won last year by Ottoman Empire, and he had a sort of a similar campaign, Ottoman Fleet. Last year when he won, he had 3 runs in Medan in Group 2, Group 2, Group 3, finishing third. Then he comes over and he wins this by 2, beating Poker Face. Poker Face is a good old horse. We were on it a couple of times last year. He went on then to win in Belmont and run third in Belmont. 3 runs again this year, Group 2, Group 1, Group 2, third, second, and the last day, I can't remember the excuse for it, but there was an excuse for it. Seems to be targeted the same way as last year. He's still only 5. Grand horse to look, well, there's 2 of them there, is Royal Rhyme and Imbesto. Royal Rhyme, he was last seen in Champions Day when he was 5th of 8. He's only beaten 5 lengths to King of Steel that day, but he won a listed race prior to that in Ascot and hosed up in a handicap of 95 in Goodwood on soft. And I see it's entered in the Cora and the Tattersall's Gold Cup. So is this a prep for that? Does he need to win it? But Carl Burke's Yard is 2 for 35 in the last 14 days. And Besto is another one to keep an eye on for us this year in the notebook. Remember when he wasn't it a dead heat in Salisbury? Dead heat. We were on Mighty Ulysses, and in Besto, we tried to beat the favourite that day. Regular, but he only has 1 run since, wasn't it, in France. We actually seen him running in France. He was behind Poker Face that day. Besto, if he's tuned up, but the fact that Ottoman Fleet target for this race won it last year, might be worth a bet in that race, I think. So that's about it. A shout out to Joe Pratt, B-Boys 777 and Shortbread Biscuit 2002. They were all ones I had wrote down there that I didn't mention. Shortbread Biscuit with a bit of custard would be grand. That's what I'm going to have now, is a bit of apple tart and custard. Eat it up and get to bed early. So in the meantime, bash the bookies, over and out.